to BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. I'm here with our co-host today, Miss Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She's in the house, and we're excited. Oh my gosh, I'm always excited when I see you, Coach. And then look at that fabulous hair. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. We got to get that. It looks so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we just want to get ourselves back together here because I am just thrilled with that hair. But over and above that, I just want to say that, guys, if you don't have your pencils ready, get them ready because Coach Caren comes in here and she's been talking to us about becoming the CEO of our lives and our businesses. And so we're going to get this party rocking and rolling. And you'll want to catch all of these nuggets that are going to be falling out this tree.
Right?
She has such a rich resume of business experience. She's operated child care centers, janitorial businesses. She has operated food vending opportunities and placed her food in grocery stores all around the world. She is a renowned procurer of goods. So, guys, whatever you got on your plate, Coach Caren can address it. Coach, let's get this party started. What you got for us today?
Oh man, today we're talking about doing, understanding your clients intimately. That's what we're talking about today. Like understanding your client intimately. And here's why, guys. If you missed it, let me clarify where we at and why we're going there. If you missed it, we've talked last week about who are your customers, and the week before we talked about prosperity and jealousy and all that sort of stuff. And the reason, if you haven't joined us before or you missed those episodes, is because we're talking about finding out who you are, finding out how you show up in your business, and really learning these individual things, but they wrap themselves together to make you the best person and business owner, company owner you can be. So we're tapping into all these different areas. As Terry says, we talk first about the CEO part that you played, but now we're going into finding out who you are so that you can serve people well and not feel out of place, because this is hard for so many business owners. They're confusing who they're serving. They're worried about who they're serving, and they're thinking so many things are changing. Am I still serving the same people? People evolve. You might get new people, but the same old people also evolve. So you need to know them intimately, because when you do, it just helps you and them to work through whatever comes your way at a better pace. I really do, And so when we talk about that, I got a couple of things I want to have this conversation going over, which is, how is your time spent nurturing your clients? Like, you need to know how you need to be nurtured and what you can take. Here is something I really want you to pay attention to before I even say the rest. Sometimes we get so obsessed nurturing or finding out about a client, and it gets us tired. And we feel like we're doing too much, or we're either doing too much or not enough. When you understand who you are, as we talked previously, and you get there, you're not doing too much. You're doing the much that is needed. Okay?
Oh,
You're doing the much that is needed because you've looked at those other parts of you that we talked about.
wow. That was a mouthful. You're doing the much that is needed. So that's the question. Are you doing the much that is needed?
I know, because the world feels fast-paced and AI and chat GPT and all the wonderfulness that is happening, because it is great when new things happen. I'm not one to say, oh my God, no. It is great when new things are happening. But what you got to understand is, don't get confused with that and what you got to do. The businesses that survive and do great adapt, but the foundation doesn't get shaken. If it need more dirt in the roots, we just put some more dirt in the root. Well, we're not moving it around, because if you I had a pear tree growing inside, I was nurturing it. And the minute I took it outside and got into a different climate, it didn't last 2 weeks. Maybe it lasted 2 weeks or a month, and it died because I didn't treat it as, now you're outside, now you're good. But what happened was when I planted it, I needed to keep my watering schedule. I needed, if it needed more dirt, I needed to dig a hole deep enough so it could get its root in well and stay there. I fall off because I didn't do those things. And I had to look back in myself and say, what didn't I do that made it die? And so that's why you have to understand the things you're doing, hold on to it. Anything that's coming down the pipe, you just add into it. Great farmers understand that. If they're planting apples, they're still planting apples. They might tweak things, but the core, the fundamental ways how apples are planted, the people they employ, it stays the same. Canada still import people when it's farming time. And those people have been coming for years.
Yeah. Yes, ours used to. Yes.
Some of them, their children are coming now.
Yes.
And I've met them because in my cleaning field, sometimes I looking for part-timers, and I had a few come and work for me when they didn't have enough work. And those guys and I talked about it. I say, you want to live here? He's like, no, I don't want to live here. I just happy to come and do the season, and I go back home.
And go back to their families.
Yeah. His family, and they also are farmers themselves. So he says, people see us, the people who don't know, just see us as coming as laborers. The people who hire us understand that we bring in something to the table to help their produce do well. So it's not one-sided. Okay, it's not one-sided. So we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what conversations are taking place when you talk. And that means when you talk to yourself before you meet your clients, and when you talk to your clients. And I get that way too. And I have to remind myself, I am discussing bookkeeping with the client, but I need to know a little bit of what they want, what they're looking for. We could not be a fit, and that needs to be okay. And I need to okay that with myself before I talk to them. And then I need to see the work that they're looking for, if I can provide it. This is bookkeeping. And I need to see how I can help them beyond the books. Really and truly beyond the books, because most business owners, they might be panicking to get the books in order, but there's so much other things that's going on. Now, I'm not offering that service necessarily, but just having a conversation and getting somebody relaxed. And even if I don't do the bigger things, I can say, okay, you might need to talk to X, Y, and Z for this other area in your business. And here's the guidelines, and here's the things you might want to ask, so that I am there helping and nurturing that client with the things that I want to nurture, because I've satisfied myself. That's what I want to really get across to you. So I'm confident in me to ask these questions. If not, I over deliver. And that's such a thing. Over deliver. We talk about under deliver, and that really steps into the people pleasing. And now there's no boundaries, and you're really upset that you're doing too much, but you started the processes, whether you get it or not. So I wanted to hear that part.
Wow. And
who is more interested in who? Number 3, who is more, if you have more interest in your client that they have in you and what you do, yes, because you want the business must feel so, but the relationship building must not stay that way. There's this give and take that needs to happen, because if you're always pouring into somebody and they give you nothing back, you don't even understand. Sometimes I hear people say in groups, I love this clients, but I don't know what it is. I'm feeling, or I don't like, or I get in this. That's because you've been dismissed in different ways that you don't understand, whether it's because you have an employee going to them, if it's a cleaning arena, or a different person handling them, whatever it is, you need to have that tap in and know what's going on. If you're running a big cleaning company and you got managers, you need to tap into the managers, and every now and then, especially if you have the base people who you were with in the beginning, call them up every now and then. Even if it's 4 times a year, they'll be so happy to hear the owner asking them how they're doing, because they're inquiring about you. And your employees might be so busy that they're not giving them the real feedback that they want to know. People leave your business for so many reasons, and they will just say, it's not in my budget anymore. But it could be so much other things that they're not telling you. That you need to know. We had a company for over 16 years. We were cleaning for them. And sometimes I would just call them and I'd say, how's it going, girl? She's the front line lady. I'd ask how she's
Yeah.
doing. And she said, oh, the owner was asking you. He said, haven't seen you in years. Well, how you doing? People, the connection. So anytime something come up, something crazy is happening, she reach out to me.
Yes.
My supervisor, she reach out to me. This is what's going on. This is what's going to happen. I send the message. I know you probably receive it, but I wanted to touch base with you. She's
nice.
She's doing what she's got to do. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm doing the most to suit what the relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not overdoing it. But I'm just based there. I'm offering good customer service. My employees are trained well. They go in and do the work. She feel confident to not tattletale, but tell me if something is amiss. Especially if she spoke and she didn't get a result, she can contact me. And I want that relationship. And you want that with your customers. Because it's hard. If you're a maker and something doesn't turn out well, when it's returned, it's hard because you feel like you did your best and it didn't turn out well. But most times, not always, but most times, you probably didn't do well. You probably was hoping to get bypass it. If you really went back and look at it and you said, like the other day, I was doing something with a Pacific pans and it was so tedious that I messed it up twice and I ripped it out. And I kept saying to myself, I know that it could line up and there's something that's pushing and pulling where it was because there's specialty pans. And I had to do some deep breathe. I drink some water. I went away and then I come back to it. Now, it is so miniature that I could have given it to the client and I don't think she would have noticed right away. But the mere fact that I noticed, I mean, I need to fix it. And this is not big money I'm talking about. But here is the thing about when you do things to the best of your ability, not overdo, but just right, and communicate with the client. They come back for more. Now, she's a regular client, so she's always coming. But by the time she picked up what she came to pick up, she spent another $125 with me.
Wow.
Right away. So you have this. We talk about making money all the time, but sometimes we don't understand that there's this fluidity that happens throughout making money. The work you do, the behavior of you, the way you operate your business, they all wrap into this nice package that give you the earnings you seek.
The pride of a job well done. The ability to hold your head up and say, you know what? I am so glad that I delivered this kind of quality to my customers. Smile when I know that they are happy with what I have delivered.
Yes, that's what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're making earrings or you're braiding somebody's hair, you want them to leave happy. You're doing their books. You have a coaching client. You guys overcome something. Whatever it is you're doing, you want to do it well. You're a nurse. You're treating patients. You're whatever, or you're a doctor, whatever you are, those people really bring joy wherever they go. But it first starts with you. And that's really the journey we're having. It really first starts with you. You can't give to people what you don't have for yourself. I know you might try, but it always fall off. And that's what we're talking about. So how is your time spent nurturing the people, but before the people, yourself?
Wow.
Before the people, yourself. Nurture yourself. Do what you need to do. If you feel like taking a bath and it's not something you usually do, take it. Don't worry with the friends that say, I only shower, I don't take baths. Take it. You don't even have to tell them. Go do it. If your person don't regularly get your nails done, go get your nails done. Or do a home spa if that's where you are at the moment or that's what you prefer. Because the world make you feel like if you don't do certain things according to everybody, stop it. I want you to just hear me and stop it. Get that thing done. If you know you like to read, don't keep saying, I'm so busy, I can't find the time. I want you to carve out 5, 10, 15 minutes and read, because I promise you, if you took 15 to 30 minutes a day and read, Every day you will surprise yourself how much reading you can get in there, because you have spent that time that you can't even account for it. And it's some part of the nurturing. And nurturing, when you're reading, is not only for, I love business books, but I had to step back, I think, for the last 2 years and say, Caren, you haven't read anything silly and exciting. And so I carved the time out for it. I said, if I'm going to read a business book, I need 30 minutes business and 30 minutes for fun. And you can do 15 each or 10 each. But I get the balance of really a good laugh, or get into the, the character and say, like, why did she do that? And have this whole thing happening, give my brain this freedom to just have that fun time for myself, right? If you love painting, I love needlepoint, I love fixing puzzles, find the thing that you love. And if you don't know, test out a whole bunch of things. And everybody's got a library. Wherever you are, go to the library and test out, borrow a book, get involved in the thing that you're learning, enjoy it. If it doesn't work out, take it back. There's just so much stuff. I remember once my kids and I, we used to do the foam that the meat rests on. We would make jewelry out of it and push it in the oven, melt it down, and literally watch it melt down and paint it. We're not going to do anything much with it, but just the joy and the processes of it. It takes away the pressure from other things that's happening, that is quick and out there. This is more like slowing you down to really observe and nurture that creative part of your brain that's hungry for it. Because when we get to this hurried up space, our creativity dies slowly but surely.
I never thought about that. But it makes sense, because you don't have time to really focus, because it takes focus to be creative. It takes space and time.
Yes. And we keep feeling we don't have it. We don't have it.
Peaceful environment.
When my kids was younger, the librarian said, you guys are always in here. What do you do? And I was telling her, she goes, I wish. I said, there's no wishing. You have the time. If you want to do it, here's what we're going to do. You're going to borrow a book when you leave work, because I'm taking this book. And now when I come back to bring back my book, what shift you work in? We're going to see what you did. Because we used to see her there steady. And she's like, because you're holding me to it, I'm like, I'm going to see Caren when she comes back with the kids. I bet I got something done.
How can you work in a library and not access all of that wonderfulness?
That's what I told her. But she said, you know what happened? That was her thing. But once she got there and she started working, it's like any other job. It went out of her brain. And people come in for what they want. So, and she feels she has to give all of her. So there's none left for her to take back home and do stuff with.
Wow.
And we do this a lot without recognizing it. No matter where we work and how we love it, we forget. I've talked to nurses, I've spoken to doctors, I've spoken to lawyers who will say, I got so much to do that, Caren, what are you asking me to do? I don't have time for that. But you do. You just haven't given yourself permission to take the time to do it. That is the honest truth. And we don't like to hear it, because I had to tell Caren that when I was noticing that I was not doing it. I felt, look, I did last week, I did some needlepoint on a pocket, and I keep saying, I could have been doing something. I said, no, last Saturday, I finished a pocket, needlepoint. Yeah. And I finished the pocket. I took pictures. I put it on my story. I was like, yeah. I put it on the blouse I was procrastinating making. My sister, can you make the blouse too? I said, I made the whole outfit. And I'm so happy I took the time and do it. I felt so good. I felt so happy. I get to do my other work because I get to do this little thing that just took away took this time for myself. I want to nurture you. I want you to know whatever it is you want to create for the world to sell in your business, in your jobs, you're going to still do it. But first, you're going to nurture yourself, because then with that same energy, you could nurture your clients with, because you hear about filling up your cup. That's how you fill up your cup. You really need to spend that time, quiet time, reading time, doing time, whatever. Set it up and do it. Okay. And then, the next one was conversations are taking place when you're talking. Like, what self-talk are you doing?
Oh my goodness. That self-talk.
that thing is rampant in your head. Like, I told two clients the other day, I said, I want you to talk to you instead of listen to you. I'm going to repeat. I want you to talk to you instead of listen to you, because self-talk is you listening to what's going on inside your head. Talking to you and out loud is you telling you what's going to be happening. So I want you to get up in the morning, and I know it sounds crazy, but because he so much self-talk, I want you to get up in the morning. I want you to have this conversation. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm getting ready for work. Work is a means to where I'm going next. These are the things I really want to accomplish. I want to stop running behind money. I want to attract money. I want money to come to me, doing the things I know I should do. The mistakes I've made is gone already. I can't take it back. So I am not going to be focusing on that. Anything you have to say to me, I cannot hear you. Like, and other things I have him say, because it's so rampant, because he's been doing it for so long that we needed him to have this talk, because then everything else that he's trying to do is flopping because there's too much conversation happening to instead of he's having it with. People used to say people are crazy, but I tell you, you get things out of your head and out in the air, and you ain't crazy. You just clearing the fog. You're just getting it out because it just gets rampant. And you can literally quiet yourself with practice. You can say, hey, Caren, snap out of it. I don't want to hear it anymore. And it literally goes quiet. But it comes right back because you haven't replaced it with anything. So I want you to replace it. I want you to stop it in its track. I want you to replace it. I'm not listening to that today. Right now, I'm going to go cook some food that I'm going to enjoy and be in my bubble in the way I want to live, and start presenting yourself. Watch yourself come down your stairs, dressed in a beautiful, relaxing outfit, sipping whatever you want to sip, sitting in the best comfy sofa. And you can carry on the rest.
Because we are what we say. We should have what we say.
Yes.
That is just a biblical principle.
Of course.
So the more we say it, the more we become it.
Yes.
And we move toward that thing.
Yes. And so when you meet your clients and you're talking to them or you're getting things ready, you just get them ready. Someone asked a girl I follow on YouTube, how do you just come down to work and sit and do all of that? She goes, I just do it. And that's the answer. She just does it. Because if you were working for somebody and they say you got to make 20 bags today, you would just go sit and make the 20 bags. It's your business. Sit and make the 20 bags. If you're a bag maker, cut all the bags out. Have your design, don't say, I like to, no. Decide on 3 designs. And I used to make PJ, decide on 3 designs, and that's all you're doing for the day. You're cutting. And when it's done, leave it alone. And if part of your day is getting on social media, get that ready to go. And then the next part is whatever, get it ready to go. Looking at your numbers. And then when you're off work, leave it alone and go do something fun for yourself. If you got a part-time job, go to it. If you don't, this is your job. Understand your job. That's why I always encourage people, if you're going to start a business, I want you to decide how much money you're going to make per hour to start with. And then I want you to know how much it's going to be project based before we do anything. So that when you're doing the work, you understand. I'm making 20 bags and I make $35, $25, $20 an hour. That's what my salary is. And I want you to put it down and I want you to jot it in while you're not being paid. So you understand what a company owes you when you start being paid. So you get the money part out of the way, whining about it. You know all the work you got to do to sell the bags, but you understand that you're being paid until you start being paid per project. How much per project I want per day or per week or whatever. But understand the money that goes along with whatever it is you're doing. So now when you talk to the people, you come with this nice behavior because you are being compensated. Everybody wants to be compensated.
Yes, we all want to be compensated. That's why we're in business.
And we should be. So I want to have those conversations. And find out, last but not least, find out who is mostly interested in whom. If you're interested in whom? If you're interested in the company more than they have any interest in you, initially that's okay because you are seeking the clients. But over time, there have to be some kind of relationship. This is why people buy from YouTubers a lot, because there's this relationship developed. And to know them and see the work they do and see what they talk about. And now they feel like they know them and they can ask questions. I mean, unless you're saying something silly in the chat, nobody's dealing with that. You don't need to put up with that. But you ask simple questions, or you suggest something, or you give them answer and feedback. Most YouTubers mightn't be the same week, might not even be the same month, but they go back and look at the comments and get back to you. At least so many of them. Sometimes I go on my YouTube, like people respond to that I was just mentioning, but people want to say thank you for staying through the whole video. Thank you for this advice. Thank you that I used what you said and it worked. People want it. It says a two-way street, right? It's never a one-way street. It's a two-way street. If somebody's selfishly taken from you over time, that would not be a long-lasting client. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care what it is if you sell it. If you're scooping poop, you still want it can be one-sided. It's two-sided. You want to do that. You want to talk about the dogs, and the dog owner at some point going to find out how you're doing. Do you have a dog? What's your dog name? Something. So don't have to be 50-50, but they have to be some kind of interest. So if you're going after people that you see there's no interest, they're not your peeps. They're not your clients. Even for introverts, people who don't like to talk a lot, there's just some little thing that connects you to the people. Some little thing. And so it's not one-sided. Who is interested in whom? Find out. So you can understand, you can know your clients more intimately. You can see their needs before they need it. You can say, hey, I've been doing the books and I noticed some things came out from personal. Instead of saying, you can't do, no, I noticed this happen. Maybe you didn't catch it right away, but I just want you to know. So when tax time comes, you're not scrambling.
Yes.
How could I help you be more efficient in this area? So now you're telling them something for coaching. I noticed you didn't get certain things done. Like, tell me what's going on right now so that I can talk to you about doing things differently. Or instead of us meeting weekly, let's meet bi-weekly. If we're meeting bi-weekly, but you notice the 2 weeks is too long for you, in the midst, drop me an email. Let me know how I can help you. Let me know how I can bridge that gap for you. If it's something I have you do that you don't understand and now you're stuck, let me make you a 5-minute video and show you how to do it. And I send it out so that you're not feeling like you don't know what to do and you're going backwards instead of moving forward.
Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. So let's recap. Today we've been talking about understanding your client intimately. And you said, are you doing the much that is needed?
And that one, I really want you guys to take it seriously. And that really means, how are you spending your time nurturing you and then your clients? And do that. Don't say I got to work 14 hours when you're dilly-dallying in that time. Just do the work that you got to do. I promise you. Or if you give yourself a full year and you work diligently in your business the way and time you should, you won't be overworked.
All right.
And number 2 is what conversations are taking place when you with yourself and with your clients.
What's coming out of your mouth, people? And what are you saying to your clients? Are you telling your clients, I really don't feel confident doing this? Why would I buy from you? Seriously?
I got a problem already. I come into you to solve it.
Exactly. Come on, people. Watch what's coming out of your mouth.
You're very careful. And who is more interested in whom? Pay attention to that. Pay attention. Initially, you're seeking the business. You probably is, but and vice versa too, right? They can be over obsessed with you because then they'll kind of put you higher than where you belong and you can't live up to it. Be mindful of that too, because that you can come crashing down, not because you did it, because they've decided. And then it hurts you more. So as simple as this sounds, it's important to pay attention to.
Wow. Well, Coach, you know what? As usual, you have hit it out the park today. because it's these things that
Mhm.
undermine our progress in our business.
Yes.
Look, guys,
Yes.
if you need to speak to Coach Caren one-on-one, she is offering a 30-minute session, and you can book that session right here. I'm going to put this in the chat, Coach, so that if they want to, speak with you
Yeah.
about their business, they can go ahead and book an appointment.
Mhm.
Also, if you're looking for Coach Caren online, let me see. Share my screen here. What is up? Didn't like that. Wait a minute. Let me find it, Coach. It went away. I apologize.
Right away.
Let me stop. Let me move that. So let me
Yeah.
find it right here. Also, I want to remind everybody that we are having a free workshop tomorrow.
Oh,
And
tomorrow.
if you're looking to sign up, you want to make sure I'm going to put that up in a minute. But first, I want to make sure that I did what I promised to do. Stop sharing. And that I shared the correct site for Coach Caren.
I can give you my YouTube if you want.
Here we are. No,
Oh,
I
there we go.
have it.
All right.
Yeah. I just had to go back to it. For some,
Okay.
maybe I was on it too long, but it
Yeah, could
kicked
be.
me out. Okay. It says believe in that magic of the
Yes.
summer. That's when everything is blooming and you're ready. Come on, let's
Mhm.
get ready
I'm
to,
getting ready for fall. I got to go change my banner. Actually, I got
yes.
to do it today, later today. Yeah.
But here we're talking here about creating money playfully. Come on, get some
Yes.
joy in that business.
Yes. Yes. I really like this thing. When I came up with it, I was like, let it just come to you. Just work on the things that's going to bring it to you, and you'll be okay.
Work
You'll
on
be
the
okay.
things that make you smile, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, guys, that's how you contact Coach. In addition to that, I want to share with you that we are having this workshop, and I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to share with you the information about the workshop for tomorrow. Um, can you guys see that? 5 ways to use AI to save 10 hours per week in your business. And I'll put the link in there. You can sign up for the workshop. It is um, designed if you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't know anything about AI that can help you. Come on in and let us help you
And what
explore
time
that.
is the workshop?
It's from 1 to 2 p.m. Pacific
Mm.
Standard Time,
Okay.
California time. And so I'm going to put the link over in the chat. It's not
Yeah.
theory, it's going to be hands on. So make sure
Mm.
you have your laptop or your device. It's for entrepreneurs, side hustlers, small
Yeah.
business owners who want to,
Yeah.
get more done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so this is what it looks like. You'll be able to register and hit that yellow button. Meanwhile, let me go over here, make sure that I have put this in the chat.
From 1 to think. I wonder what I gotta check and see what time that is for us.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I'll put it in the comments. And I'll put this in the private chat for you, Coach,
Hmm.
so that you can have it. Guys, and you can share it with your friends. There's no cost for the workshop. We just want you to have your safety protocols on for AI when you want working with some of these different applications, and to show you exactly all of some wonderful things that you can accomplish. With
Hmm.
that, we want to remind everybody that it's okay. What? To make money in your
Money
business.
in your business.
Come on. Oh my gosh. So, guys, come on. Go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.